if Deku was a Majin, Part 4. And before I do start, please go down to my community tab and vote for the new What If you guys want to come out this weekend. So, to begin, where I left off, Mina and Izuku just got back as Aizawa told them that they're going to have to take the finals early instead of studying and training like the rest of their classmates. This makes Mina sort of tense up because, she's not smart at all. Izuku, he doesn't really care. Izuku's a smarter version of Boo, basically, if you want to say that. Now, one of you guys said not to make him eat so much chocolate, so I'm going to basically make him... I'm just going to solve it a bit, basically. I'm going to make him eat less of that, just a little less. Now, they go in with them sitting side by side in a room with only Aizawa there as they see their test sheets. Izuku points to it as he lifts it up into the air, just looks at it as he screams as it goes straight through a dimension, as Aizawa gets broken up by this and he's like, "Zuku, where's your paper?" Suzuki just says, "Wait a minute," as he holds out his hand as another portal opens up, but this time it's green as a scientist steps out. Weird crossover. He's like, "If you wanted me to do your test answers, you at least don't make that stupidly high-pitched sound," as he slams the paper onto Zuku's desk and leaves, going through another portal. This kind of shocks Aizawa, but he's like, "Hey, you're not allowed to do that." Suzuki says, but you didn't say we couldn't use our quirks. And technically I used my quirk to give the guy the paper. So, which he goes and waits in the waiting room, Aizawa not wanting to deal with his crap right now. As he's there, Aizawa's just wondering what he should do. Like, Mina's sitting there, like, not even halfway done, and there's 5 minutes to go. The 5 minutes are up, and Mina barely passes, when in reality she didn't pass the first time in the normal canon. Now, once they're done with that, Aizawa says they'll be facing all of the teachers, and each one of them has to take out at least one hero. Suku immediately knowing exactly who to go for, as he sees that All Might is standing there waiting as all the rest of the teachers are sitting there watching to see if it is true that he can beat All Might. As Suku rushes at All Might, flips over him, and grabs both of his arms, locking them together as he yells at Mina to fire her acid. She does, and hits a spot that I'm sure most of you guys wouldn't want it to hit. Not offense to anybody who doesn't have, but that, like, all that the UA teachers could hear was the screams of agony that All Might was yelling. As everyone there just gets scared as All Might passes out from the pain, as Izuku just looks at her and says, "Well, I guess you got one. Now it's my turn." As he turns and just looks at all the heroes, he's like, "Which one of you's first?" As he charges up a Kamehameha wave and fires it right at all the buildings the heroes were standing behind. They all rush at him, thinking that it'd be best if they all go at once instead of one at a time, making it easier for him, which only just lets him do one superpowered attack. And you guessed it, probably turned them all into some type of food. This time, though, he didn't turn them into chocolate. He turned them all into noodles. Just like spaghetti noodles. As he goes and as he just walks past them and goes back over to the finish line, crossing it with Mina there too, as Nezu-san says, "You have passed. You have passed." Report back to the observation room. So they go up to the observation room. So it's always like, "I can't believe you problem children passed." But okay, now you guys get 3 weeks off. I don't care what you do, since the others still haven't taken the exam yet. So they walk away. Izuku and Mina end up going on a few more dates, but nothing too serious. Once everyone gets back and does the finals, they notice a distinct lack of Izuku and Mina. They were wondering what happened to them, but they didn't think much of it. Now, once they get back from doing the finals and a little break, Aizawa announces that they're going on a field trip. The class notices that Mina and Izuku are back, and Momo raises her hand, asking why wasn't Izuku and Momo at the exams. Aizawa says that they faced all the teachers earlier instead of having to do it with them, which kind of shocks a lot of the people, as they didn't think that Mina could do it along with Izuku, but they ended up doing that. Now, Momo asks them if they want to go to the mall. They do, which goes pretty much the exact same way. As Izuku's sitting there, Shigaraki comes out and grabs his neck as he's like, "Don't move or I'll disintegrate your neck." Izuku just starts moving around and punches Shigaraki as Shigaraki puts his fifth finger down to notice nothing is happening. He tries it again and again as it keeps failing. He keeps wondering what's wrong with his quirk until Izuku just is like, "You can't get past my durability and my super regeneration. Now you're coming with me." As Izuku neck chops Shigaraki and just starts walking off to the police station out in the sunset. He gets there as All Might is called, as All Might is called, as he's like, "Wait, this is Nana Shimura's grandson. What? I didn't think that you'd become a villain." He was next. All Might is obviously in an utter shock that his teacher had grandson. They start to look through his memories to see that all his happy ones were locked away, as All for One kidnapped Shigaraki and brainwashed him into basically creating the perfect Nomu for All for One that could easily take as his successor. Now, once they do that, they're trying to figure out how to unlock this sort of curse or bind on his memories. Izuku just walks up to him and just punches his head as Shigaraki wakes up and he's like, "Where am I? Wait, I'm in prison? Oh yeah, I was brainwashed into thinking I was a villain. So stupid." As he says this, he looks around to see All Might and Izuku standing there above him. So he's like, "Wait, what are you guys doing here?" So they both say that he's not going to be in jail and he's going to go to UA. I know he's a bit older than them, but he's going to just go as like a rehab sort of thing, just to make sure he actually wants to change. Now, after this, they introduce him to the class. They were reluctant, but ended up getting used to it. After that, they all went to the summer camp. This is in fact where they were attacked. During the first night, during lunch, after a brutal training to even get there, they were met with blazing blue flames coming straight towards them as they all dodged out of the way as they see Dobby walk out as he's like, I'm going to need for Shigaraki to come back with us. Shigaraki just yells, no, I'm not coming with you, villains. As he goes back behind the teachers with all the other students. Izuku's still eating until Magni comes out and slaps the food from under him, which makes him mad. Where he just starts flying up and sending ki blasts at all the villains. That's pretty much what he did. Don't mess with Izuku's food. Lesson learned. As he knocks out Magni, a ki blast goes behind a tree and knocks out Spinner, and knocking out Dobby. Once those three were knocked out, he starts to look for other villains until he remembers that Koda is nowhere to be found. He flies up and senses his ki as he puts 2 fingers to his head and instant transmissions right to him. Yes, Izuku knows instant transmission. Once he's next to Koda, he's like, Koda, we have to get out of here. There's a Now, how would I get my situation into here? As he is punched right in the face by Muscular, Izuku is sent straight into a wall. As he hops out, he's like, whoa, that almost hurt a little bit. Sort of. Did that tickle? I'm not really sure. Hey, nobody punches me like that and gets away with it. As Izuku charges in on Muscular as their punches connect, each one being harder and harder than the last until Muscular can't handle the pressure anymore. Izuku's like, hey, time for my final move. Kame. Ha! As he sends a Kamehameha wave right at Muscular, knocking him out. Now, if this was a full power one, it could probably no doubt kill him. So Izuku decided not to have to do with legal fees and stuff like that, or just not being able to be a hero because he accidentally killed a villain. So he made his Kamehameha less stronger. He starts walking around to see explosions as he sees that Bakugo is being kidnapped and Tokiyami also being kidnapped. He ends up saving Tokiyami, but not Bakugo. And this time, Momo never got a tracker off on Bakugo or on Anomu, meaning that Bakugo's location was not tracked. They went back that day feeling very sad as they just lost one of their best people. One of their best students is gone. After this, they start trying to look for Bakugo, and nothing happens. Months pass, and yet Bakugo is nowhere to be found. That was until news outbreaks and people reporting a villain with an explosion cork and ash blonde hair going around. And Izuku knows exactly what happened. Probably got brainwashed through torture like Shigaraki did, telling him that the heroes never wanted to come save him and they never will. And he locked all his happy memories away, unlocking his cork, thinking that everyone bullied him. Instead, he was the one being bullied. Now, once they end up tracking down Bakugo, remember, he still has his anger, which is probably multiplied now the fact that he's a villain. Once they get there to the base, All Might yells pizza delivery and knocks the door down. Izuku being the only one able to stay there as he went and got his hero license right before the internships, because Nezu also required him to get a full-time one just in case things just happened to go wrong with the media. Now, Izuku watches as All Might fights All for One with Bakugo in the background like, yeah, beat the guy who never cared for any of us. Suku, why don't you join us? They never cared for you. As Suku just yells at him, Bakugo, you're being brainwashed. Snap out of it. Bakugo continues to say that he's not being brainwashed and this is all himself. As Izuku starts to think, what? This kid, you accepted to be there with the villains? I thought you wanted to be a hero. Bakugo just looks at him and he's like, you guys took too long. The torture was unbearable. So I joined up with them. There's nothing that could go wrong, right? Bakugo smiles and launches himself right at Deku. Deku just looks sad as he's like, I guess this is for real. Farewell, old friend. As he looks at him and shakily puts his hand up, Bakugo's eyes widen. He's like, what? No. As he stops flying towards him. So he sees the first time Izuku has ever cried. As Izuku looks at Bakugo and does something that does not shock anybody. With the final words of Izuku, make you chocolate. Bakugo is no more. He is now chocolate. And I'm sorry if you guys hear that background noise my dad's doing, beating on my little brother. I'm just kidding. They're playing hockey. Knee hockey down in the basement, so. Anyway, Izuku makes him chocolate as he walks up to his head. As he just flicks it, as the head slowly falls off. And technically this isn't killing. He just decapitated a chocolate version of Bakugo. Yes, if they made another chocolate version of Bakugo, he could basically revive him. But, yeah, he's an Existio. Izuku turns around to be met with a somewhat powerful shockwave as he sees that All Might is no more. Bakugo's dead, and so is All Might. Izuku rushes over and also sees that a lot of Class 1A was there, with Mina being held down by All For One, as he starts taking her quirk, saying, acid. What a powerful quirk if used correctly. This sets Izuku over the edge as he charges right at Mina and punches him, making him stop the process of taking her quirk, giving it back to her bit by bit, as he's like, damn it, I'm gonna lose the rest of this quirk soon, so I might as well use it with how much power enhancers I have, as a giant tsunami of acid comes flying at Izuku, with Mina wondering, is that the full extent of my power? I could have been doing that instead of shooting little waves of it. As Izuku goes ensues an onslaught of punches and kicks, each one being stronger than the last, with the mentality of nobody messes with his girlfriend. And after a while, he breaks his helmet as All For One is left there, breathing heavily, as he starts to go unconscious. With nothing left as he breathes his last breath and dies right on the spot. The only thing left of him was his helmet as Shigaraki walks up to him and disintegrated his body, not wanting to see someone he thought he trusted be there, haunt them, as he could have had a quirk to bring him back to life. So that's where I'm going to leave it off, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy What If Deku Was a Majin Part 4, and sorry if this gets out late. I'm not really sure. So yeah, guys, bye.